but I don't know. I know their directive is straight shirts. So. All right, graph quads in standard form. In parentheses, instead of day 3, let's say all of it. You're doing all of it. And we're doing both examples, so one at a time. So you want to get it all cut out first. All right, 927, so graph quads. In standard form, but we're doing all pieces, all pieces. All right, how do I graph a quadratic function in standard form? So the essential question is relatively the same, but in parentheses I'm going to make sure we say all pieces. All pieces. All right, so if you're looking at your paper says we need to identify the y-intercept, which you've done before. Then it says you need to identify axis of symmetry, which you've done. And then the vertex, which you've done. Then it says x-intercept or septs, right? So it can be 1 or it can be more than 1. Only max is 2. So that's in parentheses. We have done it, but we haven't done it while graphing. So we're just going to put that in. Then everything else is exactly the same. End behavior, min, max, narrow, wide, domain, and range. And then the 2 things we did yesterday, increase, decrease, positive, negative. Right? So the only thing I'm adding in is x-intercepts. That's it. So we're going to add them in together right now. So let's talk about what an x-intercept is first, before I go and I graph. So what is an x-intercept? Does it have to cross? No. Can it just touch? So it's a point or points that touch or cross the x-axis. How do you get it? What goes away? What goes away when you solve for an x-intercept? That doesn't make sense. The x goes away. The x goes away, or we solve for x? We solve for x, so what goes away? The y equals what? Good. Which in our case means that the whole f of x is equal to 0, right? So we make f of x equal to 0. Also, you've done this. It's called factor and solve. We factored and solved back on 9/12, I think it is. Yep. So if you're going to reference any notes, you're going to want to reference the day of notes on 9/12. That's when we factored and solved. You don't need to necessarily look at the ones after 9/13 because that's when we weren't equal to 0. These are all going to be equal to 0 because you're going to make them equal to 0 right away. So factor and solve is on 9/12. That's exactly what we're doing. Okay. So when you're stuck and be like, what do I need to do? That's your notes you're going to reference. So therefore, is anything really new? Nope. That's all the same. All right. Let's go to number 1. All right, the first problem says to identify the y-intercept. How do we identify y-intercept? It is C, but is it always going to be the case? No. So what does it mean to be a y-intercept? F of 0. The reason why I need to emphasize that, I can speak English, I promise, is we're no longer going to stay in standard form. We're going to do vertex form and intercept form, and you can't tell me it's just C because this doesn't always work that way. So I want you to make sure, yes, it works for standard form, but know that it isn't always C. Okay? So for letter A, y-intercept means that x is 0, which means f of 0. I'm only going to do it on this one. Which you do get what? Negative 12. How do I want your answer, though? Very good. 0, negative 12 is my answer. If I don't have 0, negative 12, am I right or am I wrong? You're going to be wrong. Okay, what's next? Axis of symmetry. Go ahead and find your axis of symmetry for me. Should you know how to do it at this point? I hope so. You're sitting next to someone, check with them and see if you have the same axis of symmetry. All you have to do is axis of symmetry. If you kept going to vertex, that's fine, but you should have axis of symmetry done. Check with the person next to you. Do we get it? Sorry, my lungs hurt. You should have negative b over 2a, which is negative times something over 2 times something. What is your b? Negative 8. What's your a? Negative 1. So we get positive 8 over negative 2, which is negative 4. So x equals negative 4. Do I need to have x equals negative 4? Yes. If I don't have x equals, am I wrong? Yep. Who had it right? Good. That means you've probably done your homework in the last couple days. Some of you, not so much. Letter C is the vertex. I can start off with vertex with what? Negative 4 comma something. How do I find the something? Good. You plug in negative 4 for what? For x. So f of negative 4 equals negative times negative 4 squared minus 8 times negative 4 minus 12. What do I do first? Good. Negative 4 squared is what? Positive 16. What the negative is now? Negative 16. Very good. Negative 8, negative 4. Very good. And then a minus 12. So negative 16 plus 32 is what? Positive 16 minus 12 is what? Good. Make sense? Nothing new. I'll review. All right, next. What's next? X-intercepts. X-intercept means that what goes away? The y is equal to 0. So how do I write that out? 0 equals negative x squared minus 8x minus 12. All right, we have to factor. First rule of factoring means what? GCF. Does it have a GCF? Yeah, what is it? Negative 1. The factoring should all be reviewed at this point. I'm hoping. If not, we gotta be careful. I'm just going to write the negative 1 here because I can't really see it up here. When I take out a negative 1, what do I get? Good. X squared plus 8x plus 12. Now what do you do? Gotta do the x. So what's A, what's B, and what's C? Nope. Yep. All positives now, because we're not looking at the original. All right, figure out your x. Tell me what you get. 12 and 8 on top and bottom. What are your two sides? 6 and 2? Okay, finish factoring. All right, ready? You should be done with this part. All right, x squared and 2x have what in common? X. 6x and 12. Good. X squared and 6x. 2x and 12. So you have x plus 6 and x plus 2. Okay, I'm going to write them over here, though. So I have x plus 6 times x plus 2 equal to 0. What do I do now? How many equations? 2. So the first one is x plus 6 equals 0. And the second one is x plus 2 equals 0. What does x equal? No, it doesn't. -6 and -2. So my x-intercepts need to be points, correct? So what are those 2 points? -2 comma 0? Very good. All of that's revealed. All right, right now you're going to do E, F, and G. E, F, and G. E asks for end behavior. F asks if it's a min or a max. And G asks if it's narrow or wide. And then check with the person next to you, see if you have the same answers. End behavior, min, max, narrow, or wide. End behavior, up or down? Down. Why is it down? Because it's negative. Which negative am I looking at? The original A from up here. If A is -1, then it is down. So end behavior is down. Very good. Min or max? Max. It is a max. It's the turning point at the top. Narrow or wide? Good. Easy? All right, next letter is letter H. Ooh, domain and range. Domain is easy. What is it? Negative infinity to positive infinity. Then after H is I, which is increase and decrease. After I is J, which is positive or negative. We're going to just write those out, and then we're going to go to the graph. Shouldn't have to watch me write. Okay, here we go. First point I got. The vertex. Where's the vertex located? -4, +4. So -4, +4, right about there. Wonderful. After the vertex, we got the y-intercept. My y-intercept, does it fit on the graph? Well, no, it doesn't. It's 0, -12. It's way down here somewhere. It's down there. All right. What else? The x-intercepts. What are they? -6, 0, and -2, 0. Oh, my graph looks pretty nice. Axis of symmetry is located where? At -4, so through the, which is the vertex. Oops. Okay, there's my graph. You shouldn't have to watch me graph. Why am I not crossing the y-axis? Because it hasn't reached -12. When it reaches -12, then it'll cross. Until then, it doesn't cross. All right. Range. Let's do range. Range is based on x's or y's? Y's. It's the only one based on y's. All the others are based on x's. So range is from where to where? What? What's your range? 4 is not a point. Here it is. It's -infinity to 4. Why negative? It's a smaller number. Why is it -infinity, not positive? Because it's going down. All right. Highlight, label, increase and decrease. Highlight or label, increase or decrease. all those look too similar in color. I can't choose those. Let's see this one. Oh, I can tell that. All right. Where's the turning points? Your vertex, right? -4. So do we start off increasing or start off decreasing? Increasing. And then we decrease. Whoopsies. All right, let's try writing your intervals. Increasing interval and decreasing interval. See if you can write it. Oh, Lord. Where are you increasing from? Negative infinity to what? Where are you decreasing from? To? Positive infinity. Highlight positive and negative. Okay, positive, negative. Where are you positive at? The top? What does the top mean? That doesn't mean anything. Above the x-axis. So I'm positive above the x-axis, which is right here. What are my x values above the x-axis? -6, 2? -2. Remember, it's every piece that's above it. So my x's are between -6 to -2. Could it be -4.12345? Yeah, it's still part of that. So you have to say -6 to -2 is where you're positive. Where are you negative? How many pieces are negative? 2. This first piece down here is from where to where? Negative infinity to? -6. And then again from? Very good. Hey guys, doesn't it look like, oh wait, I use these two numbers together and then I use them here? Fancy that one. Okay. Next, number 2. Your job on number 2 is to do the whole thing. You're going to do the whole thing. You can talk with the person around you. You can ask your neighbor. You're going to do the whole thing. If you get stuck, I will go over it in a little bit. You have approximately 6 minutes to do that. Do you want to go right now? Because it has to be before the last 10 minutes, right? Yeah, you run it right now. Just ask her. Say, Mrs. Hennis wants to make sure she has your order. You should be done up to x-intercepts at least. Mm-hmm. Your vertex will always be on there. Your y-intercept won't necessarily. I got a negative wrong. Oh, what did you get as your x symmetry? So when you plugged it in, how'd you get? After you plugged it in, what did you get? After you plugged it in, what did you get? Wrong. Negative 6 times negative 6 is negative 36. How many of you have A through D done? Good. If you didn't do A through D and you're still sitting there stuck, you should have E, F, and G done no matter what. Right? I'll give you a few more seconds. I need to go over it. All right. Anyone done? No? You are? You are? Victor? Anyone cool? Almost done? Okay. All right. Do this. Let's start at the top. Whew, lots of y writing. All right, your y-intercept is 0, 32, right? Yes? All right, that is correct. So how many of you have 0, 32? Good, you're right so far. Next part, axis of symmetry, x equals negative 6. How many of you have x equals negative 6? And then you're correct so far too, bless you. Then the next part is the vertex. Your vertex is negative 6, negative 4. Negative 6, negative 4. Who has vertex correct? Okay, do you feel accomplished with yourselves? I hope so. Because that's all the work for there. Now your x-intercepts. And I'll let you take a picture when we're done if you want. Your x-intercepts are what? Good. Negative 4, 0, negative 8, 0. There's all the work for that. That was all review. That was an easy factor too. It was nothing hard. There was no A besides 1. That was easy. Okay, next. Oh, I didn't do anything else. And behavior. You should be able to tell me that. What is it? Up. Min or max? Near or wide? Domain? Good. My infinities are looking like a hot mess right now. Anything else? Range. Let me graph it first, and then we'll talk about range. Just for some people, it's easier. All right, to the graph we go. Where's the first point I graph? Negative 6, negative 4. Where is my y-intercept? Not on the graph. Where are my x-intercepts? Negative 8, 0, n. Negative 4, 0. Your axis of symmetry needs to go right through the center. of the vertex graphics. Something like that, correct? Okay. Then let's talk about range. Your range is from where to where? -4 to? Very good. To positive infinity. If I highlight this, that is increase or decrease? Very good. And the other side is increasing. Where are we decreasing from? Negative infinity to? -6. -6. You are decreasing from negative infinity to -6, but you're increasing from where? Where? -6 to? Positive infinity. Good. Back to the top. Where are we positive from? How many pieces are positive? 1 or 2? 2. I asked someone that yesterday and they looked at me like I was crazy. There's 1. There's 2. How many pieces are negative? Just 1. It doesn't break up, therefore it's 1. Okay, what do you want to tell me first? You want to tell me positive or negative first? You want to tell me negative? Okay, what's your negative? -8 to? -8 to -4 is my negative. That's a bracket. All right, where are we positive from then? Negative infinity to? Very good. And then again from? 2? Very good. Don't I use these same two numbers here? Okay, just checking. Did anyone have it all right? Very good. For those of you that are frantically writing, where should you be? Asking for what? Help. Otherwise, you might not pass. And if you're good with that, it's not okay. Remember, you need how many years of math to graduate? 3. But 4 is recommended for what? For college. And if you're not going to go to college, that's fine. Just know that you're failing. It's not good. All right, I am done.